Okay, welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall with your host, Steve and Mr. Zacha Gaugelo. You know, and by the way, our guest here, your name?
Lungile Angel Majini.
Angel Martini.
Yes,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Likewise. So, the first question is, I would like to ask you is, do you love being in love or the idea of being in love?
Neither.
Neither.
Yeah, no.
Can you substantiate that? Why are you saying that?
Honestly, I just don't understand the whole concept. I,
You don't understand love
I
or
don't.
what love is actually.
I don't understand love. I don't understand what love is. It's just, man, we're just living.
Okay,
We're just living.
do you mean romantical love? Because I'm sure you do love your parents or you do
Yeah,
love
I
your
mean, in
friends.
terms of romantic love.
Romantical love.
Yeah, the other part, it's just
Okay.
basic.
So, what's the most confusing thing to you about romantic love? Is it because of like the way it is portrayed and it just doesn't make logical sense to you,
Mm-hmm.
or what?
I don't know how to put this.
Put it any way, then we will, make it make sense.
I don't know how to make it make sense.
We will make it make sense. Don't worry.
Okay, can you ask the question again?
What's the most confusing thing about romantic love to you?
Um, there's honestly not like a specific thing that is just like confusing.
Mhm.
I just think everything, just from the part where we agree that okay, we're in a romantic relationship, up until it ends, it's just everything in between. It's just it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it doesn't honestly. It's
So,
just
um,
I don't understand basically why we should put a label to it. Actually.
okay. So, do you have a personal experience with like someone that you've been intimate with, like a partner, romantically?
Yeah, I have been in situations before, and yeah.
Was it was it like a fling, infatuation, or it was whatever it is that happened? Did,
It was. I've been in different kinds of relationships. I've been in a situationship, a serious relationship, and just a fling. So I've experienced, I think, most of the types of relationships, and just all of them are just confusing actually. So yeah,
so, with that being said, I would say you've never given yourself a chance to actually find out which one is real and which one is not.
I have.
You
I
have.
have.
And
So,
what were your findings?
what were your findings?
Everything just didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't actually find something that's like that clicks and makes sense or whatever.
So, how can you say you've been like in a relationship that like you actually experienced love or love someone, but you
Mhm.
don't understand love?
It's because okay, this is confusing.
Yeah,
So
very much.
I've been in a relationship. I've loved someone, and the person maybe did love me or something like that. But then, just like after the whole thing, I just it didn't
You
add
just nullified that feeling or that
What do
term
you mean
love.
by that word?
Nullified.
Yeah, no, I'm asking him what he means by the word that he's using.
Yeah, nullified. That means she just destroyed. You know, like it doesn't exist
She
anymore.
made it collapse.
Yeah,
I did.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes sense why you say you don't believe in neither. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you have anything to ask based on what she just said? Or should I ask her the other question? Okay, the other question is if you was vested the power of God or moral authority, would you separate virgins from prostitutes or would you let them integrate in the same society?
I mean, why should I separate?
That's your opinion. You just have to.
It's
The answer is yours.
I'll
We
just
don't.
let them be together. I mean, I don't see a reason why I should separate them or something like that.
So you don't see a reason enough to separate them. So you'd say it's okay to combine in a society if you had the moral authority to make criminal, drug dealers and put them among academics or school children and put them in the same society. Is that you still don't see anything there if you had the moral authority?
I would still combine them.
You'd still combine them.
Because
Damn.
honestly, everything just has to work out together. You can't just have like a specific community that deals with one thing specifically, and then
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense. Like everything just has to cooperate. It has to just like guys, everything just has to.
Duality in a way.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
they
can't just
cannot-
have one thing. And
Yeah.
what are we gonna do?
There
Among
can
themselves.
there can be the sun without the moon. Neither can there be good without evil.
Exactly.
For people to understand what evil is, they need to know the good.
Yeah.
So for a virgin to understand how bad prostitution is, there has to be a
Yeah,
prostitute.
yeah, they have to
Yes.
see
They
one
have
of
to
the
see
consequences
Uguti,
of where that
exactly.
will lead a person.
Exactly.
So
Very
that they
much
can
so.
actually so that they can actually continue upholding themselves to that standard. Is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah.
I get it.
I
get it.
Another question.
Go.
Oh, ask her.
I'm actually enjoying this. It's so cool.
You can proceed. You can proceed. You are the one who has.
Should I ask her about that one? If you had a son, yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say on that.
If I had a what?
If you had a
Okay, do
son,
you mind if I
Yeah.
proceed with it?
Okay.
So, if you had a son,
A son.
yeah, if you had a son,
Son, like a baby.
yeah,
Okay.
like let's say like you are a mom now, in your whatever, let's say
Uh-huh.
mid 30s,
Mm-hmm.
you have a son, and you have to pick for him who he matters between a virgin and a non-virgin. As his mom, who would you pick for him?
Is he a virgin?
okay, let's say he is.
Yeah, he is.
He is one.
Mhm.
I would say just go for the non-virgin. She's more experienced. You are more likely to learn a lot from her than the inexperienced one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just better to, as a person, you're not supposed to actually be with someone that is, say, maybe in that same intellectual range as you, or like you guys are way too similar. You should actually go for someone that is like
Yeah.
the opposite of you, so you can actually learn.
Mhm.
You can learn about other people, other experiences, and all that. Because if you just get into something with someone that you have given too many things in common,
Mhm,
too many
mhm.
similar things,
Yeah, but
you're just not going anywhere.
Don't you think that would make the relationship like more convenient? Let's say you and I are in a relationship, and I prefer partying and you don't, and you want to stay in and I want to go out. Don't you think that's gonna bring some friction in the relationship?
It might, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, how do I put this?
Mhm.
It might cause conflict, yes.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if you're with someone that doesn't like going out, ish.
Mhm.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know what, Nane, I don't like to stay in my own comfortable
Sure.
zone.
Sure.
So I just like, learning about people, having to experience different things.
Mhm.
So I just honestly don't believe Uguti, you should just
Yeah.
enclose yourself.
Yeah.
or-
Enclose yourself.
Yeah, and whatever. So
Mhm.
yeah, and all that. So man, yeah, hey.
Pretty much.
No.
So, based on what you just said right now, that you personally, you don't like being in a confined, or you don't like confining yourself. You like actually experiencing things that make you get out of your comfort zone. So with the question that we asked you, so you said you would pick an non-virgin for your child, even though he's a virgin. So do you think the implications or the repercussions of that choice will actually be constructive to the son or destructive as time goes by? Because it's a marriage, and a marriage is not something that's going to end after
not like a
1 year.
relationship.
We say, now I've had enough. They marry.
I think it might be both.
Mhm.
I mean, it can build you, and then it can also just lead to other distractions. And you just need to find a balance, I think, between those things and just figure a way to work them out or whatever. But then I strongly don't believe in like limiting yourself to something because I actually don't know how to explain this.
Yeah, how to phrase it, but then
I
it's in your
don't know.
mind.
It's in my mind. I just can't
It's not
voice
fair.
it out.
Like, because what I said, I genuinely don't believe. And here's what here's what I assumed when you were saying, like, I genuinely don't believe in sex before marriage or what.
Wait, are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Eh. I believe in
Yeah.
like having sex after.
After marriage.
Yes. After.
Okay.
I just.
I'm done.
Okay, with that being said, and we can finalize the whole social experiment we've had with you. By the way, your name is
Lungile.
Lungile.
Yes.
Yeah, Ulungile, guys, as you can tell. But me, I'm trying to like understand, Uti, why you have this concept of life and why you also view things like that. That everything has to be, I understand the law of duality, but the flip of you being so neutral to a lot of things. It's like understanding the good and the bad, but still being neutral and not being okay. I hate Satan. I love God.
Yeah.
Because most people pick a side because this is a war, and I believe like that. That as a person, you have to pick your side. You can't be in the middle of everything. So I would like to understand why you take a stance in the middle, why you choose to remain neutral in most cases.
I don't know, man. I've just always been like that.
Yeah.
I've always just been like that. I've never experienced something specifically that made me actually be like this.
Be in a position. Okay.
Yeah, I've just always been like open to everything, to experiencing, to anything. Just
If you were. That was.
Yeah.
right.
So, like, if you were put in a position where you had to pick one side, which one would you pick? Between the ones. Like, what were the two options again? Because of, like,
I mean, God and Satan.
yeah.
I'm sorry to put it in a spiritual manner,
Woo!
but yeah.
Yo, definitely God. Why would I?
So,
You guys,
so what do you associate God with? Good or evil? Or both?
both.
God.
God.
Yes, God.
And Satan? Both also. Would you say that?
Satan is just bad.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Thing is with God, ne?
Yeah.
Everything just like it can be good, it can be bad, but then it'll always just lead to something that's perfect for you, that's okay for you. He knows everything. Yeah, but he knows what he's doing.
omniscient. Yeah.
Exactly. So with Satan, he has his own motives, agendas. So God looks at you, I believe. He looks at you as a person, doesn't like. Can I say this in Setswana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Hana motive. I don't think yena o lebeletse the fact ya gore o benefit or anything. It's just that he wants to fix your life. Make it proper.
Do you still associate God with good and evil, even though you have said that now?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah.
Well, we are looking forward to hearing what people will say on that. Yeah.
Okay, Lungi, thank you very much for your time. This is Breaking the Fourth Wall. We're signing off with our eccentric guest.
Definitely. And one more time, I'm your host, Hacharo Zaka, with the co-host, Simba Mulawa, and today we're joined by Lungile. Thank you for your time. One more time.
Okay, done.